The Muslim community in Dailek and Kumal community in Songkhla Sabha have no attraction towards the upcoming November 20 elections, as assurances from previous candidates have gone in vain, though the candidates are busy campaigning for their votes. These communities continue to wait for some basic state reinforcements even after participating in several elections. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Muslim and Kumal communities yet to feel election fervor. The communities still await for basic infrastructures. The Global Alliance of Human Rights Institute demotes the National Human Rights Commission. NHRC says the move makes no impact at all. The United Nations General Assembly approves a resolution calling for Russia to be held accountable for violating international law by invading Ukraine. And Cristiano Ronaldo trains with the Portuguese team for the first time since his controversial comments aimed at Manchester United, prepares for a friendly against Nigeria ahead of the World Cup. The Election Commission has begun shifting its focus towards the districts as it expedites election preparations. According to the Commission, most resources required to ensure successful holding of the elections have been sent to the districts. Final preparations for this coming Sunday's election are underway. Officials of the Election Commission are currently reaching the 165 electoral constituencies. According to the Commission, officials deployed to rural areas will reach the voting centers after completing their trainings before 17th of November. The Commission has added that the works of physical infrastructure of the 22,227 voting centers will be concluded by 18th and 19th of November. A total of 17,988,570 voters will be exercising their franchise in the November 20 general elections. 2,412 candidates are contesting in the direct category of the House of Representatives, while 3,224 are in the fray for the provincial assemblies. The Muslim community of Abheudaya rural municipality of Dailek has been voting in every election, expecting to see prosperity and transformation in its area. However, these expectations have been denied, including other basic services like drinking water, health, education, employment, and roads. The state ensures equal rights and opportunities for all its citizens. However, 72 Muslim households in Dailek of Karnali province are yet to receive most basic services such as drinking water, health, education, employment, and roads, which the state provides. Local residents have been hearing same old assurances from the election candidates since the Panchayat regime. Not many of those promises have been delivered. Most of the youths of the community are compelled to leave the country in search of better job opportunities. Except for the ward members at the local levels, no other government entities exist in Abheudaya rural municipality. Earlier, the community was involved in making bangles, but this work has also ceased owing to the inability to compete with cheaper products in the market. The government has provided reservation for the Muslim community, but only Muslims from Madhya province have been able to avail it. Muslims from the Karnali region do not have access to education, infrastructure, and government facilities. They complain of being unheard by parties or election candidates. The country has seen many political transformations. However, the state of the Kumal community of Tumlingtar Songkhla Sabha has remained the same. The Potter community has not seen any upgradation in their livelihood despite assurances from previous electoral candidates. They have not witnessed any development and prosperity in their community. 50 Kumal families are settled next to the Tumlingtar airport and have been asking for basic state facilities like drinking water and road access for several years. Previous electoral candidates always made promises of ensuring these services after being elected. However, those promises were never delivered. This time around, local residents are not excited about the nearing elections. They have felt abused as they have been considered vote banks by the candidates and have now begun demanding written commitments from them. A total of 117,544 voters are set to exercise their franchise in Songkhla Sabha, which has 1 constituency for the House of Representatives and 2 for the Provincial Assembly. It has been speculated that none of the parties will have a clear majority in the nearing polls, which has raised questions on what the new government will be like. There are doubts over Nepali Congress and CPN Maoist Centre's candidates locking wins, while CPN UML's performance in the local level elections held in May earlier this year raises doubts over the opposition's performance. Main opposition CPN UML has fielded candidates in 141 constituencies, Nepali Congress in 91, CPN Maoist Centre in 46, CPN Unified Socialist in 21, while Loktantrik Samajwadi has fielded candidates in 51 constituencies. Meanwhile, Janata Samajwadi Party, which has formed an alliance with CPN UML in a few constituencies, has fielded candidates in 79 constituencies. Based on these numbers, a one-party government after the November elections looks unlikely. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces why are political parties stuck with same old agendas of development during elections. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
अब यो गर्छौं उ गर्छौं भनेर भनियो भने सबै लोकप्रियता हुन्छ अनि यो आवश्यकता छ यहाँ यो भन्दिएपछि भोट पाइन्छ भनेर यो नारा लगाएका हुन्।
बाचा मात्रै गर्ने र बाचा पूरा गर्ने कसैले गरेन, त्यसकारण चाहिँ यो अब मुद्दा त उही हुने भयो।
आफू जित्न लागेर मात्रै यिनीहरूले चाहिँ यो वर्षपछि चाहिँ यो के रे 5 वर्ष आउने चुनावलाई
राम्रो सुधार गर्छु भनेर कसैले पनि भनेको छैन। यही कुरालाई यस्तै रहिरहेको छ।
यो नारा उही बनाउने मात्रै हुन्, यिनीहरूले सहयोग गर्दैनन्।
नेताहरूसँग नयाँ सोचै छैन।
यस्तो गर्छौं उस्तो गर्छौं भनेर आउने अनि कसैले केही गर्न नसक्ने तपाईहरुको हामीले भोट दिएर पनि के फाइदा हुने भयो र?
धेरै जसो पुरानै छन्।
जित्नको लागि र आफ्नो परिपूर्ति पूरा गर्नका लागि यिनीहरूले नारामा मात्रै सीमित, दीर्घकालीन चाहिँ उनीहरूले विकास चाहिँ चाहेनन्।
हामीहरूले विकास गर्छौं, एक घर एक रोजगार दिलाउँछौं भनेर मात्रै चुनावी माहौलमा मात्रै उहाँहरूले कुरा उठाइरहेको हुनुहुन्छ।
खाका गराएर चुनावमा होमेका नेताले पो विकास गर्न सक्छन्।
उनीहरुमा सोचै केही छैन, कमाउने खाने भाडो उही हो।
प्रतिनिधिहरू जो हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूको चेतनाको स्तर पनि वृद्धि हुन नसकेको कारणले पनि हो।
जनताहरू धेरै सोझो भएर पनि खाली सडकमा मात्रै राजनीति हुन्छ भनेर सडक मात्रै तताइरहेको जस्तो लाग्छ।
नयाँ विकास गरौँ, निर्माण गरौँ, हैन केही कुराहरू अगाडि बढाउँदै लैजाउँ भन्ने कुनै पनि नेताहरूको सोच छैन के।
दूरदराज क्षेत्रहरूमा चाहिँ नि त्यो समस्याहरू अझै पनि समाधान नभएको कारणले पनि हुन सक्छ।
नेतासँग राम्रो भिजन नभएर होला उनीहरू एउटै मुद्दा लिएर आउँछ।
उहाँहरूको नलेज भेल्यु कमी भएछ, त्यसकारणले अब शिक्षित नेताहरू राम्रो आउनु पर्यो।
Questioning the appointment process at the National Human Rights Commission, the umbrella organization of Human Rights Commission's Global Alliance of Human Rights Institute has downgraded the National Human Rights Commission from A to B, raising questions on the operation of the commission. The Global Alliance of Human Rights Institute sets the grading of human rights commissions of different countries. In their recent report, the Alliance has downgraded the National Human Rights Commission. International organizations and institutes had paid interest when erstwhile Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli had appointed officials at the NHRC. Citing the appointments were unconstitutional, the Alliance had also paid visits to Nepal on several occasions to study the appointment procedures. Based on their findings, the Global Alliance has demoted the NHRC. Analysts say that the demotion of the NHRC paints a bleak picture of the Commission to the international community. Nepal was previously at par with India, and this downgrading has pushed Nepal to the ranks of Myanmar and Bangladesh. Experts say that the lowering of the NHRC rank, which did not happen even during the rule of the monarchy, is shameful of the entity. The Commission, however, has said that the demotion makes no impact at all. The appointments were made by the Commission based on the Constitutional Council ordinance introduced by erstwhile Prime Minister Oli. The appointment recommendation process did not include the leader of the main opposition and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. The appointments made back then included Tab Bahadur Magar as the chairperson of the NHRC, while Surya Prasad Dhungel, Mihir Thakur and Lili Thapa were selected as members. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights has raised questions on these appointments. The Council for Technical and Vocational Training CTEVT technical courses has reported decreasing number of students in recent days. Only a handful of students have taken admission in engineering and health courses, pushing many institutions to the verge of closure. Until 5 years ago, Basu Higher Secondary School of Kantipur had enough students for computer engineering and agriculture courses. This year, however, only one student has taken admission. The institution is in a state of dilemma as 5 subject-specific teachers are mandatory for the program and operational challenges have surfaced because of only one student. A total of 572 community schools affiliated with the CTEVT are facing similar operational challenges due to the reducing number of students. In the past 3 years, these 3-year programs, which include electrical, electronics, mechanical, automobile engineering, and architecture, have been able to attract only 35% of the total student capacity. The course fees of these programs are more than 200,000 rupees. Parents do not want to invest in these expensive technical courses for their children without a guarantee or assurance of employment. There are not enough number of students in courses for lab technicians, radiography, physiotherapy, and Ayurveda. The drop in the number of students for these technical courses have also surprised the officials of CTEVT. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. Why are students less attracted towards educational institutions under CTEVT? Your options are A, too expensive, B, government's discriminatory policy, and C, low standards. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The value of the US dollar has depreciated following a reduction in inflation since January earlier this year. The demand for US dollars has decreased after the Federal Reserve stated that it would not increase the interest rate any further. This has resulted in an appreciation of the Indian rupee. As the Nepali rupee has been pegged with the Indian rupee, the situation has made the Nepali rupee relatively stronger. The exchange rate between the Nepali rupee and the US dollar has decreased from 132 rupees per dollar to 128 rupees yesterday. The drop in the value of the American dollar is expected to provide some respite to the consumers as imports will now become relatively cheaper. The US has also removed the INR from its currency watch list. The US includes nations that knowingly weaken their currency to reap financial and trade benefits in its currency watch list. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.